Oh, exciting. What's going on? Welcome to the Life and Transitions Experts podcast, working with the Do REI Deals channel at Life and Transitions Experts podcast and channel. We're here helping families and helping people really with the property and the stuff when it comes to big transitions in life. When there's either there's a death and there's a probate that has to go through, or someone's transitioning into a home, or there's some type of stress that's taking place and people are looking for solutions for their property and for their stuff. That's where we are helping people out. The Do REI Deal side of this is the focus on the practitioners, the folks who want to do real estate investing deals as a way to really impact and change their lives. And every Monday, my team member Javon and I practice like Kobe in the gym. We get in here and you got to be it before you can become it. So we constantly are working on continue to be experts as far as talking in sales, working in probate, and working in properties. That means we have to practice the skills sets. So that's what we're doing here today. It's Monday training. How are you, Javon?
As always, grateful to the Omniverse for waking me up, giving me another opportunity, giving us another opportunity to do what we do best, to assist people and help people the best way that we can.
It's a blessing, brother. I love your positivity, man. It's a beautiful thing, man. And today, just as Javon was talking about, what we're going to look at is a technique, a simple technique to help you not only establish rapport, but also develop even stronger active listening skills. It's almost like a Jedi mind trick and all. And I shouldn't say mind trick because we're not trying to trick anyone. We're not trying to manipulate anyone. But I know that if you're a surgeon, I want to make sure that you know what you're doing in surgery, how the parts work, how the tools work. We're salesmen. We need to know the techniques of being proper salesmen so that we can share that value. And so mirroring. I one of my favorite books is Chris Voss's Never Split the Difference. I'm trying to see where it is, almost always next to me. But Chris Voss, amazing person out there. If you have not heard of him, check him out. He is one of the top, was a former FBI negotiator. And his book, Never Split the Difference, was basically challenging the old sales techniques that said, hey, we got to compromise, win-win. Let's see if we can win-win. And it was like when you are negotiating for someone's life, it can't be a win-win. There's not a split the difference. Like I get half of these bodies and you get half, the other half. No, we need to make sure this solution is feasible and works. And quite often in a win-win situation, he was arguing that really no one necessarily wins. And we translated or related back to property and helping people transition. We're not trying to convince anyone to sell, but when someone has an issue and they need services, we need to be able to share and convey to them that we're the ones that might be a possible solution for them. And so one technique that Chris Voss speaks about a lot is mirroring. It's called mirroring. And it's something that we do as human beings all the time. It's ingrained in our biology. So mirroring is when you start taking on the characteristics of the person that you're beside, or the person that you're in the company with, whether it's through Zoom and your voice and the way you're holding yourself, or in person, literally the way you host. I remember, I remember one time I was in college, and one of my friends, I'm actually being friends with everybody. Surprise, surprise. And so there's one gentleman, he had like a hurt or kind of gimp right leg, and he would walk a little, he had a little limp. And so we're walking from Davis Hall back to the undergrad library where everyone sat outside and watched everyone all day. And I'm walking with him, and as I say peace to him and take off, some of my friends are sitting next to me like, Courtney, what are you doing? What's up? I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, bro, you were walking. Were you mocking him? Was y'all joking with each other or something? Apparently, that whole walk up had started walking like him, not even knowing it. I knew we were having a good conversation. We were into it, but I didn't even know I started mirroring him. And it's something we do in our biology because we want to, especially when you're young, we're not younger, but we're starting off in the world. Same usually equates to safe. If we're the same, we're safe. And that's why, you're trying to establish sameness to feel like you're safe. It actually can have some ill effects too. We talk about biases, racism, sexism, all that stuff. It quite often comes from a core of fear because, this person's, I'm assuming, different from me. But that's good. We can go down that road if we want to. But same is safe. So, Javon, when we're talking to sellers, one way you can establish this is when you're talking to a seller, repeat the last 2 to 3 words that a person says. That's it. Just repeat the last 2 or 3 words the person says. The way you say it is going to show whether it's a question you're asking or whether it's affirmation. But instead of always doing, nonverbal uh-huhs, which are very important because we want people to know we're talking to them, you can use, instead of uh-huhs, you can use the last 2 words, the last 3 words that the person says. They will feel like they have been so heard. It also, not only does it make people feel like they've been so heard, which is a part of that confirmation, validating, and rapport, but it also requires that you are really actually listening, that you're actually thinking about what the person's saying, how they're saying it, what's the words behind what they're saying, because you're repeating, and it's a great active listening skill. There's a cool, not strategy, but study that he points to in the book, where a study, they had groups of restaurant servers, 2 groups, right? Group 1 will respond to the customer's order with great words like great, awesome, no problem. Group 2, they were told to respond by repeating back the order to the customer, or repeating back the last 4 words to the customer. The average tip of the waiters who mirrored in group 2 was 70% more than those who used positive reinforcement. So this is even better, stronger, if you base it off of that study and other studies and anecdotal, than just using your own words, but using someone else's words. So we're gonna try real quick, Devon. I'm just gonna actually. Oh, your kids are there?
Oh yeah, they sitting here having a baby party.
That's a baby party.
Yeah, they got their little doll babies, and they be putting them in the little doll house and baby party. I just call it a baby party.
It's called a baby party.
Yeah.
Yes. So how's that going, man? So how things going with like raising the homeschooling kids and all?
Honestly, so it can get hectic. I'll say that, but I mean at the same time, it's cool. I mean, as long as you got a schedule set of how things are going to be going, where I mean, like everything that I do, have them set for where as though they eat breakfast at a specific time. They have to get up, get on their computers, which subject they're going to be focusing on, and then while they're doing that, I might jump off and start doing my phone calls and in and out, trying to assist as much as possible. And then I just added a little bit more on my plate, but it's okay. I mean, I'm the way I look at things. I'm God enjoying this human experience.
Yeah, enjoying this human experience, eh?
Making the best of it. Making the best of it.
I hear that, making the best of it. Yeah. Shoot, man. Well, the thing, I was sitting there. Well, first of all, that's awesome, amazing, man. You can tell that you're super excited and passionate about the stuff that you do. And I was literally, listening to you. And I also, you could tell I was repeating the last. Could you tell I was repeating the last phrase in the words? And did it come? And so, well, one thing I want to say is that this is not like you're not. I mean, some conversations I've actually. Hope my fiance is not watching. I've literally done this to her. She's done this to me too. She's a psychologist, counselor. She's a great counselor. So, like, sometimes I'm talking and she'll just repeat, like, especially if she don't have anything to say. And my random, I do have ADHD, so sometimes I can be very random. And so she just wants to be sweet and to know that she's like listening to whatever random thing I said. She'll say the last couple of things back, and I'm like, wait a second, you just mirrored me at all, but. But I was saying, like, you could, make sure it's natural. So when you were talking, I was feeling like using some other technique. I wanted to label some of the stuff you said. I wanted to label the emotions. Like, man, it sounds like this is exciting, or it seems like it's a lot to deal with, or it seems like you really got it down. So don't think that you're using this. You just have to be in isolation, is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
but
I mean, I use these techniques a lot as well. And it's like when I'm say if I'm probing somebody for in regards to a property, when I'm speaking to them, and repeat. I always repeat back your last, even if it's the whole sentence.
Okay.
The very ending of it, simply because of the fact it's like most times I'm typing it in or putting it down at the same time. Oh, okay. So you're going through a divorce. I mean, how's that going?
Nice, nice.
Okay. So. The kids are I'm repeating, but I'm actually answering a question in regards to the same way you just did. I'm repeating what you're saying, but I'm asking you a question in regards to that.
Wow, that's a you just said so I hope you heard that. So folks, we want to be taking notes because you want to be able to leave your, I mean, obviously, hopefully you have some type of tool, some customer relation management system that helps you serve folks and keep up with it. And one thing Javon does, he does great notes. He does great notes. And so it's like anybody who sits down could just fill in for Javon. Javon's doing a great job if he makes himself replaceable. I'm doing a great job if I make myself replaceable in a business. I say that I'm going off a tangent because we're a business. We got to be able to keep it going. So him taking notes is awesome. And sometimes it's hard to take notes when you're really into it, but I like that. This is making you not only be able to, listen, but it also gives you a reason to take notes and, like, as you're writing it, repeat back what you said. So it doesn't sound, because sometimes, you're taking notes, it sounds like that. Click, click. You don't want to sound like you're interrogating anymore.
Exactly. And I mean,
right, brother.
I simply because sometimes I can actually, backtrack when I'm calling somebody again. I'm no longer calling you in regards to what I called you for the first time. Hey, how's the family? How's everything going?
Listen to that.
Yeah, and people they love that. I mean, simply because hey, this person listened to me. This person felt my energy. This person felt my pain, or whatever the case may be, and they care. So I'm always starting off with, hey, how's the wife doing? She's still in the hospital?
Oh, my goodness. You see that? So you following up, folks? Because I know you're out there following up. If you're listening to this channel, you know that, hey, follow-up is key. And so follow-up doesn't always have to be, hey, just following up. Matter of fact, you don't even want to say that. I used to say that a lot. And it's
I learned.
I'm glad. Learning.
They follow up.
Hey, but Javon's like, he got those notes. Yo, what's going on with the happy birthday? What's up? We send notes to people who, been in hospital, just come across some challenging stuff, and just be a human and stay connected to them. So, man, I love it, man. I love this work. I love where we're going. I love where we've been. And it's just cool working with you. And I hope this helps you out there if you're in a position to help people. This is across any table, whether you're working with distressed property owners, whether you're talking to your child or something like that. Just building rapport and connecting and listening that's what it's all about. We communicate. We in this world. Yeah. No man's an island.
We communicate with each other, whether it's hand signals, facial expressions. Sometimes you can communicate with somebody without even saying a word.
Yeah, absolutely. Good. Yeah, we got a good morning good morning, Terminal Lance. What's up?
Hey,
no prayer. He said he appreciate us. Appreciate you too. And folks, so I hope folks enjoy this. For a long time, I don't know if folks or if you come this because the probate space, if you realize that a lot of my work and our jam is in real estate, and probate's our opportunity, to have a niche where we can serve, we can help, and apply the laws of go give the laws of compensation. The more I give, the more I receive. So the more I say it all to say the REI Deals channel has already been established, and it's a way to help people who also want to help in real estate. So I hope you enjoyed it. There's more coming, and we've been doing it. We just didn't have an official channel, is basically what I'm saying and all. But other than that, my friend, we're about to get off here and keep seeing how we can help folks out. You got anything else you want to share or say anything?
I mean, not really. I mean, just hopefully everybody who's watching, I'm hopefully that your day is full of love and peace.
Absolutely.
I sit there and say, I hope you have a good day. There's nothing better than a peaceful day. Have a peaceful day. Brothers and sisters, peaceful day.
Let your light shine.
Peace.
That's a good one, bro.